Welcome back, bingers, for a brand new video about that brand new movie that's setting off the MCU's Phase 5, Quantumania. Warning, beyond this point there are serious spoilers for people who are not up to date in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the comics. In this video, we're going to give you a rampage review of the just released Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania film, which has been slammed pretty hard by critics, although the box office is telling us a different story. We're going to be painfully honest about everything we disliked and loved. We're also going to go over the leaked spoilers we covered in our last Ant-Man video. We're going to talk about how accurate they were and how we should handle MCU spoilers moving forward. The spoilers in this case also act as some serious evidence for a very interesting theory going around that the film's ending wasn't what it appeared to be. Did Scott really get a happy ending? Before we get into any leaks or theories, let's talk about this movie.
Binge.
The movie starts off with Janet and Kang having a meet cute, which comes into play later but doesn't pack much of a punch in the beginning. What we loved about the beginning was Scott's intro with the Welcome Back Kotter theme song. The whole time it's super obvious how oblivious Scott is to his impending family emergency, which makes the whole sequence a lot of fun. One of our main complaints about the movie is the actress playing Cassie. She did a decent job, but seemed in over her head with the star-studded cast. If a franchise is going to recast an actress, they should do it for an amazing actress, not just a decent one. It's also kind of messed up that the old Cassie wasn't even directly notified that she was recast, but we're going to move on. Scott's love for Cassie throughout helped cover up her weaker acting, and the moment when all the Scotts worked together to save Cassie was one of the most heartfelt MCU moments that we can remember in a while. The last criticism we have of the first act is how expositional the setup was for the quantum realm. Cassie just became a quantum scientist overnight? Why did she study the quantum realm when her dad was gone if she didn't know he was in the micro-universe? The whole scene seems like an excuse to get Cassie more involved, which we weren't fans of. Once the fam goes to the QR, we get some great action sequences along with Janet being a total badass. This whole movie had Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, and we're not hating it. What do you think? Were the quantum beings over the top? What about the cute little dude Bill Murray ate? The community that Cassie and Scott met were also really cool, and we loved the drink the ooze moment. As far as the bad guys, Kang's main guards were completely useless. How many times did Cassie, Janet, or Scott escape? Why would Kang have such inept soldiers around him? MODOK has been getting a lot of feet on social media, but what did anyone expect? The character is a giant head with baby legs and T-Rex arms. That's supposed to look super cool? Seriously? Technically, the MCU already had a MODOK in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was more of a serious Terminator-style threat than Darren. We liked Ant-Man's MODOK better, and his whiny personality reminded us of the Hulu animated series, which is amazing. Our biggest criticism of MODOK was his change of heart. It happened out of nowhere. Cassie only needed to talk to him for 30 seconds to get him to switch teams. It was just way too easy. We only got to see Kang hurt MODOK once, so we didn't get a sense he was always abused by his boss. That whole thing was ended poorly, but we loved the baby hand on Scott's cheek, so we're gonna let it go. Kang of course carried the bad guy team big time. We'd like to see more of his motivations and past, but we get that this is his official intro aside from the variant we got to see Sylvie Merc and Loki. Kang's powers and tech are pretty insane, and we can't wait to see the universe expand and meet the challenge of fighting the thousands of Conqueror doppelgangers. Reed Richards and the X-Men can't get here fast enough. Some people were complaining about Scott and Hope defeating this Kang, but we believe that him losing was by design. Quantum Kang knows how everything will end. How could he lose? We believe his plan is similar to Doctor Strange's in Infinity War. He makes the sacrifice now to win later. Either way, lots of Kangs are going to be a problem for the Marvel Multiverse. We love Bill Murray's cameo and Janet's candid talk about sex, but we were a little bummed to see Krylar go out pretty much right after he came in. Will we see Mr. Murray again? We think there's a chance. The one thing that really bothered us as we left the theater was the fact that we got zero.
Luis.
His recap of Endgame would have been epic. One of our favorite parts was the ant attack at the end. Tying all the hearing aid moments to the ants was a nice touch, and we wonder if we'll ever see this advanced ant society again. Maybe they can save the quantum realm if anyone else comes looking to conquer it. Cassie and Scott's giant hug was also a sweet moment, and we just never get tired of watching a Lang turn mountain-sized and back again.
Does anyone have any orange slices?
Overall, this movie was a great way to tie up the Ant-Man trilogy and start off Phase 5. This isn't Endgame, people. It's getting to be popular to shit on the MCU these days, but don't just parrot on original critics.
Loved it.
What you talking about, hated it?
Come up with valid reasons why a movie is subpar. We're looking at you, Love and Thunder, and Eternals. What do you think? Does this movie deserve the hate? Well, it's definitely better than The Dark World and a bunch of other early movies, even if the RT score says different. Every MCU movie can't be a homer, but if each one tells a story and pushes the universe forward, we are there for it. Now, let's talk about the spoilers for the movie we covered in a video about 3.5 months before release. The initial runtime we reported on was 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it seems 10 minutes were cut out of the film by the time it was released. As far as the big details, our spoilers got almost everything right. It predicted Janet meeting Kang in the beginning, Scott's book tour, Giant Scott hugging Giant Cassie, and it even predicted the Godzilla line Scott said to his daughter. MODOK was predicted before he was revealed in any trailer footage, and they even got the tiny hand on Scott's cheek right. The biggest difference was the ending, which ended on Cassie coming to a realization while her dad and Hope were stuck in the quantum realm. We never got that ending, which makes us wonder why. A great theory by New Rockstars thinks that Scott and Hope are actually stuck in a time loop created by one of the Kangs. We have to admit, there is a fair amount of purple in Scott's happy ending sequence. Is this just a coincidence or a glitch in Kang's matrix? Could these spoilers be evidence that this theory is true? Is Scott really trapped in some sort of time loop prison while Cassie tries to figure out what happened? If it's Kangs versus Langs, then Scott and the fam are going to need the entire multiverse's help if they ever want a real happy ending. The ending we did get in Quantumania was a little more of a payoff. Who didn't love Scott's ex Baskin-Robbins boss baking a terrible ant cake for him? Gotta love BR and all its flavors, people. The spoilers also predicted the Baskins employee Lang, who had no clue what was happening in the QR, but still helped anyway. Even though our MCU videos have not hit a wider audience, we will continue to cover major spoilers for any Marvel project moving forward. We've also put together the only complete chronological 400+ hour Faniversal edit of the MCU. Be on the lookout for more info about this massive fan cut, which included every series, web promo, short, acceptable deleted scene, and more from the MCU. If you love Marvel, then this project is for you. We will be dropping a massive MCU timeline video in the coming months that reflects everything on our sacred timelines, along with other videos and updates about this massive edit. What do you think? What other types of Marvel videos would you like to see? We are hoping for a Mobius and Morbius multiverse team up in 2023 called M&M's. What's your dream superhero movie? Thanks so much for watching our videos, everyone. As always, we're on the lookout for any new promos or leaked spoilers to help prove or disprove all the rumors and theories out there about our favorite trilogy where things get smaller all the time, but the problems always get bigger, Ant-Man. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at Binge Rampage. Click the notifications bell for our channel so you can see our next video as soon as it comes out, and don't forget to subscribe.
So this writer chick tells Ignacio, yo, I'm like a boss in the world of guerrilla journalism, and I got mad connects with the peeps behind the curtains, you know what I'm saying? Ignacio's like, for real? And she's like, yeah. You know what? I can't tell you who my contact is because he works with the Avengers.